Hello.
Hello. You join us in the back of a van.
If anybody's watching, please can you let us know if you can hear us at all. That would be great.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let us know if you can hear us, because we are having the tech issues, which does just happen sometimes. So yeah, we're back on, and we would like to think that right, let's have this.
Right, Larry. Right, hang on 1 second. Bring them on video. There we go. Come on.
Clicking the video, but nothing's happening.
Oh, it goes. That looks like that's doing something.
Telling us to do something on screen and it's not doing what it's asking us to do. Will be worth it.
Hi Tracy, this is live tech anxiety happening to you live from the back of a van at SUP 12.
Yeah.
And we've got Larry who's watching.
And trying to connect with us.
Yeah, and Larry, you
really
have our
struggling.
full sympathy. We're trying to get you on as well. Well, that's great. You can hear us. Fantastic. That is very reassuring. We are adding Larry as we speak. There is a buffer going on. So that's working.
Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to get Mr. Kane over here. Literally. So frustrating.
Facebook, if you're listening to us.
Get your act together.
Yeah, please.
Sort yourselves out.
Right. I think we might need to call it a halt to get in the coach on. I mean, let's say we're adding, all the screen is saying the right things. Right.
No. Okay,
right,
so
okay,
it's temporarily not working. So, Larry, we are really sorry. We just don't seem to be able to get you to connect with us. We're sending you the invitation. You're sending us the invitation. And we are struggling to do that. So let's have another little look at what we can do here. No, it's almost like he's dropped off again. And so it's really frustrating that we cannot connect you. We are going to send a couple of messages and just see if we can connect to him again or anyone else whilst SUP 12 is carrying on out there. We've gone past the halfway mark. The paddlers are doing really well. We've had the SUP 6 go through, which is really exciting. So they've started their journey and they were very excited. There were just 3 of them. So majority of paddlers are doing the SUP 12, which is really exciting. We've got some great performances. The red paddle, red 6, 0 to Heroes, as far as I know, are still paddling. I can't envisage that they'll give up. I just don't think they will. So they're just carrying on and doing an amazing job, having never done an event and a race. You know, what will this inspire them to do? It's amazing. And that's been the 0 to Hero was designed by Brendan in collaboration with Red Equipment. So they've got the best equipment for sure. And they're just out there doing it, which is, I just love it. I love that fact. I love it when people put themselves out of their comfort zone. So yeah, we are still waiting to try and get Mr. Kane. I think we're gonna. Yeah, thank you very much. We've got sound, which is great. You're all back watching, and thank you so much. So if you want to share this live feed or the link, that would be amazing. And we can then hopefully get more success with one of our other guests now.
Absolutely. You are joining us live from the back of a van in a car park in Paignton, Devon. The glamour never stops.
Loyalty.
Exactly. And if it wasn't for the fact that I wasn't sitting in the back of Sarah's van, then I'd be really disappointed. But this is proper plush upholstery, everything.
You can hardly move, it's so full.
I know, champagne on ice. all of that stuff. It's all around me. So this is fantastic. We unfortunately have failed to get Larry on. No reflection, certainly in Larry, because he's been clicking all the right buttons. We've been trying to get him on board. It hasn't worked for some reason. So it is what it is, as they say. You'll just have to. You'll just have, you know, we'll
imagine how wonderful he is,
exactly,
because we know how wonderful he is.
Exactly. You don't even have to wonder, because he is that sort of iconic coaching figure, isn't he? And so many look up to, and he's got so much experience. And you know, it's not for us to showcase that. He does it quite well enough himself, and Paddle Monster. But I think the main thing that we wanted to do as part of that conversation, obviously, to get him on and to increase that connection with us, but also with Paddle Monster, who are also a group of people, a group of coaches who are absolutely fantastic, and we're sort of developing, you know, some really nice links with them.
Yeah, they are quite amazing. Larry Kane, you know, please do look him up. He's a double Olympian champion, not in stand-up paddleboarding, but he's still racing. And I think he's almost retirement age. But he's still racing but coaching, and he's got these wonderful people, you know, with him. And Maddie LeBlanc is now watching live. So Maddie, do we try and get Maddie on board?
Maddie, try and ping us a link. Let's get you.
Yeah, let's try and get you on board,
Let's
Maddie.
try and get you on board.
We failed with Larry, so you can.
So I understand that you're out there training with Kirsty and inviting links during the live. Great. Okay, fab. Okay, right. Let's. Oh, yes. Come on.
Okay, we are going to try and get Maddie on, and she will get Larry on. So, it's so it's so nerve-wracking trying to do this tech that you don't do very often. Yay!
Hey, Maddie! Yay! Woo! Okay, wait.
Maddie, Larry!
Hey!
Oh,
Are we the right?
you gotta leave it that way.
Hold on.
I don't know what we're
Oh,
So we need to be able to hear.
wrong
properly.
way. Is that? Are we the right way? Can you guys see us?
You're perfect. Thank you. Let's just cuddle in here.
So
Nice. Okay, we got
Hi,
Larry
Larry.
here.
Hi, Maddie. We can't hear you very well. I don't know whether you can hear us very well, but
Yeah, let's
we
go.
can't hear
Okay.
you very well. So whether you can find a better spot and get very close to your mic, that would be amazing.
Oh.
Reading.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I should have packed my microphone if I knew we were going live.
Thanks, guys, so much for joining us. I know you're off on a training mission shortly.
We're about to go, yeah.
You know, it's really exciting. We're down here at SUP 12, which is an event that maybe we can attract you to at some point, Maddie.
I don't know if it's 12 hours. I don't know whether you're ever going to be able to track me as a paddler. Maybe as a spectator, but 12 hours is a long time.
Well, yeah, even as a coach,
That might be possible.
Would be quite something. But how do you even face a 12-hour race?
You know what? Like, I mean, personally, I don't. Right? Like, the longest I've done is 5 hours at Chattajack, and the first time I did it, I promised myself I would never do it again, and then I went back and did it 5 more times. But there's a big difference between 5 hours and 12 hours. Maddie could speak to it because she's done that crossing for cystic fibrosis, which was a much longer race. But you know, I have huge respect for the people that are out there today, because you know, racing for that long is not for the faint of heart. I figure I love paddling probably more than anybody because I've been doing it my whole life, and I love it as much now as when I started. But I'm the kind of guy that likes to go for a couple of hours and then, you know, get on with the rest of my day. And and these guys are committing, you know, like literally half a full day to it, like in one shot. I can't even get my head around it.
Well, you should see them when they finish, when they've been given their medals. There's nothing left in their day other than to go.
I can imagine. Yeah, no, I can totally imagine.
It's lovely to see you, Larry and Maddie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
But it's lovely to see these paddlers out on the water. There's such a huge range of abilities.
Right.
We've got the top class paddlers, you know, Paul Simmons, who is absolutely smashing it out there. But then we've got paddlers who've never even been on the ocean before, Larry. Can you imagine, you know, the respect we have for these paddlers who, there are 6 of them who've never done any event of any kind in their lives, and they're out there today having fun.
To me, that's incredible, because I think back to my first SUP race on the ocean. It was at the Carolina Cup, and there's only like it's a 20K race, and maybe 8K of it is in the ocean, and it was pretty benign the day that I did it, and I was swimming the whole time, and I just think anyone doing their first race, it's a big thing. Like it takes a lot of courage to do stuff for the first time, especially when it's on the water, and especially when it's in the ocean with waves, and to be taking on a 12-hour race the first time that you've in your first race, to me is like, it's mind blowing. I can't tell you how much respect I have for the people who are willing to do that, like just their courage and their well, I guess too, their enthusiasm for the sport. It's just
Yeah.
it's like, how can we not respect that? It's just it's unbelievable. And my hope is that they're inspired by it, and that they do more events, right? And because our sport needs to grow. um it's remarkable. Kudos to them.
Yeah, and that's certainly the aim. And this is the in ramp, I think, for quite a few paddlers. There are a few brands which are consciously bringing people in who've been paddling for a few years who've never raced, and this is the way in. But you mentioned Maddie and the crossing, and I'd be really interested, Maddie, fellow podcaster, by the way. I just remember having you on SUP FM, feels like years ago, but
Yeah, 2018, so long ago.
I've just listened to that one.
I know. What a fab guest. I was purring for many hours after that. So belated thank you for that. Clearly a great audio performer, and obviously we've seen you on all your other sort of cameos and commentaries and so on. But we're hoping to have Riley from Crossing for the Cure coming on a little bit later on, and I guess your experience is most similar to what we're doing today. So, and you of course won the crossing. So could you just sort of explain the format of the crossing, and a little bit about your learnings from doing those ultra distances?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the crossing, that was the first race ever that I did get to train, thanks to this guy, for something so long and so hard. Unfortunately, though, the crossing last year, it was a bit of a different format that it normally is. So normally it's 80 miles from Bimini in the Bahamas to Lake Worth in Florida. And we start at midnight and paddle through the night, and then land in Lake Worth, like kind of in the middle of the day, the next day. But last year, because we had so many storms and lightning and thunder, it was just insane. So they postponed it twice, and then we didn't get to go until the Monday morning. That was kind of like the backup contingency plan. So we only paddled 32 miles instead.
Only.
Still super fun. Yeah, still super challenging. Yeah, oh gosh. Well, that's why, like, you guys doing what you're doing today, like, that's really hard. Like, I don't actually think I can say I've never paddled 12 hours ever. So,
And to me, the thing that is interesting about your race too, right, is that they're going out and they're coming back, and then they're going out again.
Yeah.
And how many laps do they do?
Well, up to about 33. I think the winner's 33, but that's the thing that plays
oh
with the
my
mind.
gosh.
You're walking past your supporters
Correct.
and your food
Yeah.
and all of that stuff, and you've got to go back out there in
Exactly.
wet clothes and just do another lap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to be on a course, and you start and you've got to go somewhere to finish, or even if it's a loop and you get to the finish and you're finished. Psychologically, you can get your head around that, even if it's a really long event. But to
Yeah,
do something that where you have to keep going back out there, that is a true like that's a true challenge for, like, only the toughest people can do that.
Well,
Like,
it sounds like you're both
Yeah.
very solidly committing to coming over and competing next year. That's what I'm understanding.
no, I'll tell you what, I love to talk. I would love to join you guys on the field.
Yeah,
Maddie can compete, but I'm too old for that kind of stuff.
Brilliant stuff. Well, guys, thanks so much for your time. I know you're about to head out on a bit of a hardcore training mission. really appreciate you you coming on. I know it was a bit difficult to get you on.
Yeah,
but,
well,
thanks for your time.
our pleasure, Simon. We can maybe catch up another time. I'd happily do like a sit down with you, and
Sounds good.
but good luck to all the competitors, and as I said, huge respect. Just it's amazing, particularly when there's people that are new to it out there doing that. I just the respect I have for them is off the charts, and you know, I wasn't even aware that there were new people out there, and that just makes it
Yeah, that's
like
really
it makes it so impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Well done to the organizers for putting on an event like this, and to you guys for covering
Well,
it. It's awesome.
This event has been inspired by, you know, Greg Wingo and his weird mind and the last paddler standing event.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, Brennan
Yeah.
came home and just thought, I need to create something like
Yeah.
that with that mind
Yeah.
scramble and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's doing just that. We're now in its third year, and it's always a pleasure to cover it because Brennan is just such a legend. So
Yeah.
we'd love to have you
Yeah.
both over here. We'll speak to you really soon.
Okay.
Thank you, Larry, for all your lovely
Okay,
words.
cheers.
And
Okay,
Maddie,
cheers.
it's always
Okay.
a delight to
Okay.
see you. And we will speak to you really, really soon. And good luck with the new Paddle Monster.
Yeah, and paddle
platform.
hard in the next training.
Yeah.
We'll be looking
Oh,
for
yeah.
pictures, Maddie.
We plan on it. Yeah, cheers.
All right,
Okay.
take care.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Okay,
Bye,
cheers.
guys.